Now let's take a look at the 496 next greater elements. What is this problem talking about? Right. And the next greater element of some element x means that we need to find the first greater element that is right to the x in that same array. But now in its problem, we will be given two arrays. One is the numbers 1 and another is the numbers 2. And then we know that the numbers 1 is the subset of the numbers 2. And now we will try to find out the numbers 1's, each elements in the number 1's, the next greater elements. But where we find the next greater element is it will be determined in the numbers 2. And this is this problem talking about. So if you are still confused that we can have these examples. We can talk about the example ones. Now we will have two numbers. First is the numbers 1. We will have 4, 1, 2. And another is numbers 2. We'll have 1, 3, 4, 2. And of course, let's put the index on it. Alright, so now we need to find the next elements, next greater elements for the numbers in this numbers 1's array, and which means that for example, when I go through this, the 4 elements, this element, the 4, and we will check where is it in the numbers 2 first. The first time we saw is here, and we check whether it has the next greater number in the numbers 2 array. But unluckily, we found that there's none of the elements on the right side is greater than it, so which means that we will return the 1 here. So here's the result, minus 1. And then let's move to the next one. Next one is 1. We'll also check where is it. The 1 is here. So now we will try to find on the element 1, the right side of it, which is the next greater one. And we can see that the 3 is the next greater element. So we can put 3 here. And then we continue to move to the next. It's the element 2. And we found that the number 2 is here. And it's the last element here, so on its right side, there's nothing greater than it, so we will also put the minus 1 here. So this is the result we need to return. Alright, so how we solve this problem? There's no doubt that we have to go through each element in the numbers 1. And when we go through it, what we like to do, for this, how I think about that, when we go through it, it's what we did before, right? For example, this is the point of jobs is when we go through this, we would, if we have a dictionary to look up, now we get the number is 4, right? So we have a dictionary to check what is the next greater elements for the 4, which means we have a check current number in dictionary. A dictionary. And what the dictionary will tell us is tell us like what is the next greater element, right? So for example, we have this dictionary. For example, we usually have a map. And this map tells us like key is the 4, right? And the 4 next the value is the next greater element. Or we can say here the key is the number and the value is the next greater elements. The 4 for the 4 the next greater element is nothing, so we just have the -1 here, and for 1 the next greater element is 3. So this is what we want to have the map. And now the second problem is like how we build this map, right? So now it comes to another thing is, second thing is how to build this map. So how we build this map is we will build it according to this array, the numbers 2 array. And now we just focus on how we build this array. Like we have this array, numbers 2, 1, 3, 4, 2. We'll build this map like also we have to go through this whole array of number. And as a brute force, it's not easy to think about that, like we just go through it and initialize another pointer to help us to look for the next greater elements, and this like is 3. And for the next step is we move this to the second point and initialize this another another pointer to help to look for it is 4. If of course it is lucky we have 4 here, but if not, like for example, we continue to move this number until we find it, so that we can build this map like the brute force. But the time complexity will be the O(n) squares, because every time we have 2 pointers to go through this array. So how we can only only go through this for only 1 time? Like here, it means that for this pointer, now for this pointer, its job should be like we already found this great number, but how I can tell the previous one that hey, this is the greater number for you, right? And we need to have a data structure to collect all the previous numbers. And here I'm thinking like using data structure, like if we of course we need a data structure to collect all its previous number, but once we already help the previous number find the current the greater number, it means that those previous elements, we don't have to continue to maintain it, right? For example, like we have like the box to collect all the previous numbers, like we have 1 here and we have 3 here, and once like for example for 3 already help it to find the greatest number, like for example it's 4, what we will do, it doesn't have to stay here, right? It just like we can just delete it because we already found it, right? We just remove it. So it means that when it comes into it, we already found it, you just like leave. So for this kind of collection, it means that even though I'm come later, but if I already found it, I can just leave. I don't have to wait. And for those numbers are coming before me, they show also like they haven't found a greater number. Once they also find it, they can just leave. But if not, it means that in the at first, before I come like for the number 3 coming, it means that nobody is greater than 8. It means all of them is just smaller than the previous numbers. So if it's just still like smaller than them, they have to stay here. But if not, they can just leave. It means that even though I last to come in, but if I have finished all my job, I can continue to first to leave. So this is what the kind of like last in. I can still like first out, because if I finish my job, what's this kind of data structure is like the stack, right? Stack last in, first out. Right. So now we can see that like for this, for the 1, yeah, because we never there are nothing in the stack, we just put it into the stack now. And then move to the next one is the 3, and now it's greater than the previous. This is the previous numbers here. It's 1 is greater than it, so we can build its map. Right. Like this is the number, and the next greater 1, right? So the number is 1 here. The greater is 3, so we can just put 1 here. Greater is here. Since its job is already done, we can just move this number and then put the current number into it, right? This number, no matter, because we never help it to find the next greater number, so we put this number into this stack. So since it's stacked in the top, it will be opened, right? So we have put 3 here now, and then we move to the next position is 4, and we will check whether the previous number is smaller than 8. Yeah, definitely it's smaller than 8. So build this map, like we also put this number into number and its greater number here. So we put 3 here, that's greater number 4, delete it, and then we put 4 here, right? This is 4, we put it here. And we continue to move this. Now it's 2. 2 is not greater than 4, so we cannot, so now there's no, not greater than, so just leave the number 4 in the stack. And then now 2 we will also put into the stack. Since it's the end of it, well, we don't need to update the stack now. And now we will just finish the traversal in the numbers 2. So now let's check what is the left elements left in the stack. Now since we left this number 2, we can pop out and put it into the map to saying that, yeah, I cannot find any next greater element, so update the map is with the -1. We pop out, and then we pop out the 4 here, also add it to the map and update the -1 for it. So now how this is how we already build the map. So after we build the map, this is what we can do now. Going to the first step, we talk about like going through the numbers 1. This should be our first step for this problem, right? Step 1, build a map. And then step 2, have the pointer to check the numbers in the numbers 1 array. So totally, like we will go through the numbers 2, step 1, and then it goes through numbers 1. So the time complexity should be like the time complexity should be the O m plus n. Like m is the length of the numbers 1 and n is numbers 2, because we have 2 steps to go through all this 2 array. And how about the space? Because first we build a map, right? And build a map, we will build all of the numbers in the numbers 2, so that will be O n. And also we will like have a result array, right? This is the result length will be m. So also the space will be O m plus n. And this is my solution. And let's take a look at the coding part. Alright, so now we come to the coding part. As we talked about before here, we can know that like first thing is we need to like build a map. Build a dictionary of the number map to the next greater number, right? According to what? According to the numbers 2 array, based on the numbers 2 array. And then we need to go through the numbers 1 to build results based on the numbers 1 array. This is what we thought. So now let's to collect for it. First we will have a map. Will be integer. One means the first integer means the number, and the second integer means the next greater number. So we can say it is like number 2 next greater number map, new hash map. And of course, we need a stack to help us to collect all the previous numbers that who doesn't have built a hasn't put it into the map, right? So the inner stack is also integer. The integer means the previous number, and we have a stack. Now we can like going through all the numbers in numbers 2. So while the stack is not empty, and also the peak of the stack, I mean the numbers in the stack is smaller than the current number. It means that we can pop up this number now, and because we already found the next greater number and put it into the map. So yeah, so we can update the map. Here we add, it is the number and the next greater number here. And of course, no matter we after we've done this, we have to put the current number into the stack because we haven't have it to find the next greatest number. So we will push the current number into it. This is how we build a map. And now let's go through the array in the first array. And also we need to have an integer result, the result array to store the results. And yeah, it's one length. Alright, so now we need to like put the result for the first position, like for each position. How we get this is like we have to get a map. Get is number. Like we need to know current values from the numbers 1 array. So when we got the number, we can check in the dictionary and get it, and of course we will get the is the next greatest number. After we go through the whole array, we will get the result, right? And of course, I'm thinking like, if we when we are going through the first array, like the element here, is it guaranteed that we will definitely like to have this number in the map, right? So yeah, this is what we check. Of course, it says it's a separate. The numbers 1 is the subset of the numbers 2, but if not, it's a subset. We can continue to like have the default, like because we don't have this number in it, we can get the default value is the -1. Yeah. This which means like when we build a dictionary, it means that we may probably still have some numbers they cannot find a greatest number. So we have to continue to build this map like while this stack is not empty. We will continue to put put the number into the map, right? And the stack dot pop the number, because we cannot find the next greater number, just put -1 here. And this is the second guarantee that if we cannot find this number in the map, we will also like put the -1 here. So after that, we will return the result. So this is how we run the codes. All right, so it's not add, it's put. Sorry about that. Right. All right, so now is time limit exceeded. So, okay. Now, here's the problem. Like when we check the number in the stack, after we confirm it and it is already updated dictionary, right? We have to pop it out. We cannot always continue to have this number there, because all the job for it already done. We have already helped it to find the next greater number, so just remove it from the stack. Now let's run again. Yeah, cool. Now all the answers are accepted, so let's submit. Yeah, so this is how we solve this problem. We have two steps. Like first of all, build a dictionary, and the second is like build the results based on the array and the dictionary. Hope this video can help you to think about a new problem.